Hello?
Miss Lestico, guess what time it is?
What time?
It's time for math!
Yay!
What is up, my favorite first graders?
That's right. Welcome back to day 2 of graphing.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to be learning about graphing again. I remember we did this at the beginning of the year, so it's really nice to bring back what we've already learned and see what else we can do with it.
That's right. Today we're going to focus on something a little bit different than yesterday. Well, what's our target, Miss Lime?
Oh, our target today says I can use data, that's the information, I can use data from a graph to generate and answer questions.
Oh, I remember when we did graphing the first time, we practiced a lot on building graphs and the different types of graphs that we had.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, we would ask a few questions.
Yeah, but we really focused more on building the graph. This time, we're going to focus way more on the data in the graph and what questions we can answer and generate.
That's right. Well, let's go ahead and get started.
Twelve cat owners were asked, what color is your cat? Is it gray, brown, white, or black? They made a first draft of a bar graph, and that's what we're looking at. One axis on the graph shows the number of cats. The other axis tells us if they're gray, brown, white, or black. And now we can compare each group of cats there, like the fact that there are 2 more gray cats than black. On a bar graph, the data there can be put together, taken out by or compared. Picture graphs can show the same data you see, except for pictures and a key. The safari guide was asked, where are the most giraffes? In the water, by the trees, or on the grass? He drew them up a draft of a picture graph, and that's what we're looking at. One axis on the graph shows the number of giraffes, the other tells us if they're in the water, by the trees, or on the grass. And now we can compare all the tall giraffes there, and see there's one giraffe more by the trees than on the grass. On a bar graph, the data there can be put together, taken out by or compared. Picture graphs can show the same data you see, except for pictures and a key.
Let's look at a bar graph showing all of the giraffes in the water, by the trees, or on the grass. And see that every time we craft any type of bar graph, we label the axes and write a title on each draft. And it shows us that in all, 10 giraffes are standing tall on a warm summer day in Senegal, roaming the plains by calm seas, eating fruits, flowers, and leaves from different species of acacia trees.
On a bar graph, the data there can be put together, taken out by or compared. Picture graphs can show the same data you see, except for pictures and a key.
That was a really fun song, and it kind of reminded me how we can look at our data to help answer some questions.
That's right. Well, I'm looking at our data that we collected yesterday about people's favorite lunch foods.
That's right. And what does our first question ask us, Miss Lestico?
Ooh, our first question says, which lunch was the most favorite? So most favorite would mean the most people voted for it, or the biggest bar.
Well, which one has the most, Miss
Well,
Lestico?
I can clearly see from my bar graph that pizza goes up all the way up here, and well, the other ones don't. So it has the most votes.
And she was able to use her labels at the bottom because she could see that this orange bar is the biggest, and that label underneath helped her to know, oh, that's pizza.
That's right. So pizza was the one with the most votes.
Okay, well, our next question says, which lunch was the least favorite? Okay, let me think. Least is going to be the smallest. So the smallest number of votes, that'll be the smallest bar. Okay, let me look. Oh, it's definitely not pizza. Oh my goodness, this one is so short. It's so much shorter than the other bars. That means it's the least. And let me look. Oh, it's the hot dog. So the hot dog had the least votes.
That's right. Well, our next question says, how many total students are represented in the graph? And I know the word total is kind of like that in all in our word problems. It means you have to put everything together, add it together to make the total.
Well, hang on, Miss Lestico. When we did this before, we just counted the boxes. But is there a way that I could maybe set that up so I know what I'm adding together?
Oh, well, yeah, in all or total means an addition sentence. So I would have to add each of my pieces together, my hot dogs plus my pizza plus my chicken nuggets.
Oh, well, what would that look like, Miss Lestico?
So if I'm adding my hot dogs plus my pizza plus my chicken nuggets, that will equal my total amount. So the number that I'm trying to get. And now I can just fill in my different numbers. So I can see 2 people voted for hot dogs.
Ooh,
And
11 people voted for pizza.
And 8 people voted for chicken nuggets. So,
And how are you finding these numbers, Miss Lestico?
well, I can tell from my bar graph by looking at my label and then counting the amount of bars, or looking at the number on the side, how many people voted for each different lunch food.
Oh, okay.
So 2 plus 11 plus 8 would equal the total number of students in this graph.
That's really tough, Miss Lestico. Wait, do you know what I see? 2 and 8 would come together to make 10. I remember that. I know 2 plus 8 equals 10.
Oh, that's right. And Miss Lime, I know that 11 is 1 more than 10.
Okay.
So if I added 10 plus 10 and then added 1 more, I would have my total. So 10 plus 10 is 20.
Oh, that's 20.
And then add 1 would be 21.
That's right. You know what, Miss Lestico? We practiced so many addition strategies earlier this year. I'm glad I still remember some of those.
That's right. But if you don't remember all of those addition strategies or don't want to add your number sentence, what else could we do, Miss Lime?
Well, I could draw a picture. That might take a long time. Oh, I could just look at my graph and use that data and count all of the boxes together. It might take me a little time, so using some of those addition strategies is definitely helpful.
That's right. Well, we have one last question, Miss Lime.
Oh, it says, how many more students voted for pizza than a hot dog? Okay, so I want to know the difference between pizza and a hot dog. You know, I think I could set it up in a number sentence. Before we looked at the empty spaces, but I think I could also set this up as a number sentence, Miss Lestico.
How would you do that, Miss Lime?
Well, my sentence says, how many more voted for pizza? That means pizza is going to be the bigger number. So I'm going to have a blank for my pizza. And if I want to know the difference, I'm going to subtract. I don't want to add them together. I'm going to subtract. So how many more voted for pizza than hot dogs? And then I'm going to find my answer. Okay, well, let me see. Miss Lestico, how many people voted for pizza?
Well, looking at my bar graph, I can go to the pizza label down here, count all the way up. Oh, 11.
Oh, okay, so 11. That's how many people voted for pizza. Now, I need to take away the hot dog votes because I want to know how many more voted for pizza. So I'm going to take away the hot dog votes or subtract them. How many voted for hot dogs?
I look at my hot dog label. Hot dog had 2 votes.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to say 11 minus 2 equals, okay, now I need to subtract. 11 minus 2. Well, I just know 11. If I count backwards 2, 10, 9. My answer is 9. 9. So I think that 9 more people voted for pizza than a hot dog. But how can I check that, Miss Lestico?
Well, you could check that with your bar graph, just like we did before. We cover up the amount of people that voted for hot dog and pizza because these are the same amount of people. And then we have all of these extra people who voted for pizza right here. And so you can count the extra spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And see that 9 more people voted for pizza.
Well, I remember doing all of these kinds of questions before, but our target also says that we can generate a question. What does that mean again, Miss Lestico?
I remember generate means to make our own.
Yeah. Oh, okay, let's see if we can generate a question. Oh, okay. I'm going to generate one for you, and then you can generate one for me.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Lestico, how many people voted for hot dogs and chicken nuggets?
Ooh, hot dog and chicken nuggets. So I know the word and means it wants me to combine them. And well, another way to say combine means to add. So I'm going to add the amount of people who voted for hot dogs and chicken nuggets. So I have hot dog plus chicken nugget will equal the total. So I know 2 people voted for hot dogs and 8 people voted for chicken nuggets. Oh, and well, 2 plus 8 equals 10. So 10 people would have voted for hot dog and chicken nuggets.
Great job answering the question I generated, Miss Lestico.
Thanks, Miss Lime. Well, I have another question for you, Miss Lime. All right, my question would be, well, I know these two had pretty similar amounts. So how many more people voted for pizza than chicken nuggets? Now remember, I'm adding pizza first because I know this one has the most.
Okay, so she wants to know how many more voted for pizza than chicken nuggets. So if it's a question like that, it's going to be a subtraction, right? So how many more voted for pizza than chicken nuggets? So I'm going to say my pizza minus my chicken nuggets is going to give me my total. Well, if I look at my data on my graph, here's pizza. I come up, oh, it has 11 votes. Minus, I need to take away my chicken nugget votes, and I had 8 chicken nuggets. So I have 11 minus 8, and I'm looking for my total. That's going to tell me how many more. Well, I can use some of those subtraction strategies, like counting backwards, taking away. Sometimes I might just know the answer. Well, guess what, Miss Lestico? I know that 11 minus 8 is 3. So I'm going to fill it in right here. And in case I want to double check, I can come back to my graph, and I can cover up until, oh, they're no longer the same. How many more pizza votes do I have? I have 3 more pizza votes. It's the same answer.
Good job checking your work, Miss Lime, to make sure that you were getting the correct answer and it wasn't your brain just messing it up. It's your turn.
On Seesaw, you are going to have questions set up exactly like Miss Lestico and I had. And you're going to use the graph that you made yesterday. Don't worry. I put the graph on today's assignment for you, so you don't have to go back and try and find it. But after you answer the questions I gave you, you need to generate your own question and solve it.
I can't wait to hear the interesting questions that you come up with to ask about our graphs. And of course, when you're all done, click that green check mark in the corner. Good luck!